Well, hello and welcome to my channel. I'm working on this week's episode. I guess you kind of figure out who this guy is, Kilowog, right? And I can't get this to close because the shelf on here. Let me pull this out. The shelf here on the neck is too wide for this this head sculpt. So what I'm having to do is I'm having to use my X-Acto knife, and I'm having to carve out like a gap where I can get this guy to fit. And I don't know if it's just exclusive to the muscular bodies or what. But I've had to do this before too, and it's usually the sculpts from James Rogovoy. I mean, they're great looking sculpts, but I think he makes them so that they'll fit on like regular Mego bodies. And this muscular body has a real deep neck shelf. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this guy carved out, and I'm gonna get him primed. I have a white paint that I'm going to use. It's a flat white, and hopefully I can get this guy's head in the body, and then we can start painting him. But that's today's episode. Kilowog from the Green Lantern Corps. So be right back. Well, I have him primed. I just used a white spray paint. I don't think this is going to be a very, very difficult paint job at all. I'm going to use a couple of colors. First off, I'm going to use Acadian Flesh Tone. Now, you know what? My fondest memories of Kilowog came from the animated series. It ran, I think, for a couple of seasons. I mean, I read the Green Lantern comic books back in I think it was the mid-'80s when they had Kilowog. And I remember the character, but never really got into him. And it wasn't until the animated series that I really thought, man, this guy's a cool character, the drill sergeant for the Lanterns. So I'm kind of painting him a mixture of those two I guess appearances. In the animated series, he was very pink, like almost purpley. But in the comics, he was kind of fleshy. So I'm gonna go with the fleshy part, but instead of I'm gonna have his eyes colored like they were in the animated series at red. So kind of a mixture of the two, I guess. If you haven't seen that animated series, I suggest you give it a go. Yeah, this stuff is going on pretty easily. Just make sure you get it into the crevices there for his mouth. I don't know what I'm going to do with his mouth yet. I think maybe just might do a highlight. And you can see I enlarged that groove there. Yeah, as I said, this is going to be an easy one to paint. Like if you are just kind of starting out and customizing. I think the hardest part is getting the outfit to fit that muscular body. I had to kind of wrestle with it. All right, I think we're almost done. For the first part anyway. Tighten this down. It's slipping. I think this head was taken from another toy. Like I was looking online, I saw this action figure, and it looked like the same head sculpt, but different size. So I guess it was copied from that. You guys know the toy that it came from, let me know. Just a little curious. Alright, let's see. Did I get everything? Just the teeth. I'm going to do a wash too, so I should be able to get in all these little crevices. If I missed anything. I think I got it. I'm gonna let them dry. And then I'm gonna come back with the second part. All right, for the eyes, I'm gonna paint them this red that I have. It's a Layer Evil Sun Scarlet. And it's a very popping red. And the eyes are pretty big, so they're not that difficult to do. And if you do make a mistake, you can always go back and you can correct it by putting more of that flesh tone. Alright, first eye done. Just had to wet my brush. Yeah, sometimes, you know, especially here it's been dry, you know, but if you have a wet brush, it makes things flow a little bit better. You don't want it too wet because then it'll run, but okay, I think I got the eyes done. Cool. I got something else I'm going to use to finish them off, but I think that's good for right now. Next thing I'm going to do is I have this wash, and it's called Reichland Flesh Shade. I'm going to get a big brush, and I'm going to go ahead and put this into my sculpt. And it's going to give me that see, it's already working. It's going to give me that detail. Now look at that. This wash is working exceptionally well on this figure. Get a smaller brush for the eyes. Let me get the majority of it down first. Wow, okay, I think we're like 90% done. Let me get a smaller brush and get inside the eye. And then we're just going to let this dry because you can't do a dry brush with the wash still wet. It just won't work. Wow, that is looking really good. A little excess there, let me get rid of it. All right, I'm gonna let this guy dry and we'll go on to, I guess, the last step. I can't believe that this guy is almost done. I mean, it didn't really take that much effort. I'm gonna use my orange right now. I've got this harvest orange, and I'm gonna put it into his eye, just to kind of make the red pop a little bit. It's just gonna be a little dot in the center. And the same thing over here. Hopefully I can get it in the same spot. It looks close enough. Oh, it looks like I missed a spot right there, maybe. Let me close this up and go back to my Acadian flesh tone. It looks like I missed a little spot. Oh, that's Kislev flesh. I'm going to use that in a second, but you see right there? Oh, it's like a little divot. That's what it was. Okay. Now for the final step, and I think I'll be able to call them. I have this Kislev layered flesh, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a dry brush on him. And to do a dry brush, I'm just going to take some of my paint. I'm going to get rid of like 90% of it. And I'm just going to apply it to his face. You can see what that's doing. It's bringing out the detail. Giving it a little dimension too. And remember, less is more in this case. Well, that was easy. Well, Kilowog. Boy, I think that's the easiest one I've done so far. I mean, with the best results. Look at that. Wow, that looks great. Let me get him on a body. You know, that paint job, it was so easy, and look at the detail on that. Just crazy. You know, it's amazing what you can do with a wash. You can really bring out the detail in the sculpt. And yeah, overall this guy is Kilowog. Look at that. The outfit from Classic TV Toys was a little difficult to get on him, you know, because it's the muscular body. Let me flip him around so you can see. And you can see that it kind of like in the back, there's a place where it kind of like doesn't meet, you know, towards the end. But, you know, I was able to pull it together, and maybe over time it'll stretch a little bit, and that'll give it a little bit more, I guess it'll fit a little bit better. But yeah, he looks great. Not only did I get the outfit from Classic TV Toys, but I also got the muscular white boots, and they have these long gloves. Now, when you use these long gloves, you're gonna have to, because you can see a little bit of his elbow popping out there. These suits that they have were meant for their gloved hands and boots, so they don't go all the way down. There's like some open space there. And so what I did was I replaced the muscular hand, and I put it in a regular hand so that the glove would fit over it. And I also added something here. I don't know if you can see that. I got a little ring. And I did that. I had this material. I got it at Michael's. It's like this like bling stuff. And I got it for a Star Trek figure that I was working on. And I've used it for my Planet of the Apes too. But you can just, you know, let me see if I can pull this off. You can just put a little dot of color in the little, I guess, I don't know, what would these things be called? Like a little rhinestone or something? I don't know what they are, but anyway. So, and then you can just peel it off, and it has adhesive on it already. So I just took it off and stuck it on his hand, and it stayed on. I don't know how long it's going to stay on. I may have to just paint it, because that's originally what I thought I'd do, is just paint a little green dot on there. But when I found that, thought I'd try it, and it it turned out to be a good idea. So the gloves, and that's it. I mean, the bodysuit, I think it was like $5, $6, $5.99 maybe. You know, boots maybe $4. These were like $3. So yeah, you can put together. And I have them on, of course, Muscular Body. So you can put together a Kilowog relatively inexpensively for what you get. Look at that. And I have a figure here by Mego. This is their Jon Stewart. I'm going to push Kilowog back a little bit. And I wanted to open this guy up and kind of like see, you know, the scale or whatever. So let me go ahead and get this open real quick without cutting myself. There we go. Wow, look at that. This is what I wanted. I wanted this little power battery. Okay, so let me get him on a stand. Let's take a look at him next to Kilowog. You know, his hand's meant to grasp the power battery, I think. But it's in a fist and not much there. It doesn't even open. I don't know how I'm going to have him hold the power battery. Maybe I'll give it to Kilowog. But yeah, here's the Jon Stewart that they have. I don't know what body this is on. Let's take a look real quick. Oh, it's on a regular Mego body. It's not their new one. Ooh, got a little fray in there. Got to be careful, I guess. Yeah, look at that. I'm gonna have to get some black marker or something and touch that up. Oh, the suit looks like it's kind of fragile. Look, another little spot. I'm afraid to put this on there for fear that it'll scuff up the suit. That's a good looking Jon Stewart though. Oh, he's got a ring. Wow, the power battery. I think I'm going to be collecting more of these guys. Just because, you know, Green Lanterns, man. Who doesn't like the Green Lanterns? So I'm off to a good start. I've got my drill sergeant. I've got Jon Stewart from Earth. So I'm pretty happy with these guys. Look at that. I have a pretty good idea of which one I'm going to tackle next. I'm going to keep that a secret until next week. So until then, you guys be cool and stay safe, and I'll see you then. Wow, look at that Kilowog. Really happy with the way his head turned out. And it was super easy. Okay, well, I'm going to go play with my toys. You guys be cool. Bye-bye now.